Before we get started, who should Colourpop collab with next? Let me know in the comments section down below. I'm voting for J Kiss. I think the Kathleen Lights thing is a little bit overdone, but you can let me know in the comment section. Hey, what's up guys, it's Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a palette review. Yay! These are my absolute favorite things to do. This is the Zodiac palette by Colourpop in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. This is like their third collaboration, but today we're going to review this palette and see if it's any good. So without any further ado, let's jump into this video. Alright guys, before we get started, I do put a bit every single freaking day, so when you subscribe, I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you. So, let's get started. This is the box for the palette. It's black and gold, and it's very pretty. It's like a bronze, it's not even a gold. And then you have the names of them on the back, which are clearly like zodiac signs. Let me know in the comment section down below what your zodiac sign is. I am a Gemini, and I feel like that's pretty cool. I'm not really into all that zodiac, this is because I'm a Leo or whatever kind of stuff. I don't really get it like that. But yeah, this is the actual palette. It's really pretty. It is $18 and it comes with a mirror. So if you remember, the Dream Street palette is the previous palette with Kathleen Lights, and then the I Think I Love You palette. We peeled off the sticker on this channel and we discovered that it was supposed to be a Kathleen Lights collaboration and turned out not to be. I'll leave that video link down below. But now we have this official collaboration that has her name printed on it. It's not a sticker. So here is the inside of the palette. You have her name on the inside, and then you have the colors here. You get a good variety of colors. Okay, so let's get into the review part of it, other than like, this is the palette. I have a few thoughts. So let's talk about the 3 looks I did with this palette. I've been trying it out for a few days. I really wanted to give you like an in-depth review and try every shade in this palette. So let's get started with the first look I created, which was a black and gold look. I don't really use black eyeshadow, but I wanted to see how this performed. So I used the 2 brown mattes for the over the crease area. Then I put the black with gold sparkles in it. And then I used the gold color on the rest of the lid, and it came out really pretty, nice and blended. I think the black blended out very well. It didn't really fade the more I wore it. It kind of just stuck where it was, and I really liked that about it. The brown mattes, very easy to blend, which are these 2 right here. Very easy to blend. And overall, I really liked that makeup. I think it looked good, even though I'm not really comfortable with black eye makeup or gold eye makeup. I feel like it kind of made it work. Okay, so for the next look, I decided to take advantage of the blues in this palette because that's what everybody gravitates toward automatically, is seeing this color. So I really wanted to use these 2 blue colors. So I used the lightest matte of Taurus, this matte brown. That is one complaint I want to make about this palette, is that there's no light base. So if you want to set your eyelid primer, like you have a really light eyelid primer, you can't set it because there's not enough mattes in here. I really wish this color right here was a matte instead of a satin, because it's absolutely, like, it would be almost a light matte base. For any skin tone, you need a light matte base, set your eyelid primer, and then you have a really good blending base to go off of. This unfortunately doesn't have that. But anyways, for that look, I used the blue shadows. So I used the shade of Aquarius over the crease to just get the blue going on the lid. And I also used the shade of Pisces as my pop of color. And then I used the shade of Cancer for the inner lid area, which is a light pink shimmer. For this look, I found that the Aquarius blue matte shade was really hard to blend, and it faded over time. The Pisces turquoise fun color, the pink on the lid, even the transition colors looked fine. I just found like the Aquarius shade was really hard to blend. It built up pretty well. It's very pigmented, but it was just hard to blend, and I didn't feel like it lasted as long as a lot of other colors would. A lot of other mattes kind of stick longer, but I found this one to just not blend, not stick that well. But overall, not a terrible shadow. I just wouldn't use it all over the eye like I did because it just made it obvious that it didn't really want to work for me. Okay, so for today's look, I have a tiny little tutorial for you on how I did this little purple and gold look because I really like this one. I don't think it's the most clean or precise out of all 3 of these looks. I just really like the color combination. So after that, I just added some lashes, and I think it looks pretty cute. So let's talk about the actual palette, and let's review everything inside of it before we get to some swatches. I want to put a swatch on a lighter skin tone like mine and a darker skin tone for you to see it. So first row here, we have the orange, which I did in the lower lash line. It's very pretty, very pigmented. We have this matte, which I used most of the looks except for the second one because it is a beautiful matte, and it's the lightest matte we have in this palette. Next, we have two shimmers, very similar in formulation. They really stick to the lid, and they're very pretty. This next one is another shimmer. Their shimmer formulations are all the same. They're very beautiful. They're very pigmented. They will blend. They will move up. If you have a hooded lid like me, they'll kind of lift over your crease area, but they do stick and they hold all day. We have this matte right here, which I found very easy to blend, this matte brown. Very good. I just felt like it was a little bit too, I was about to say dusty. It's not dusty. It's a chocolatey color, but it's very dull. I wish it had a little bit more warmth to it. Since we do have a lot of warms like oranges and stuff in this palette, it was just a little bit on the ashier side compared to like a warm chocolatey kind of chestnut color. It's a little, but it does match the black, so I can't complain too much. Next, we have this one shimmer in this palette. This is the only color in this palette that has this formulation. It is like a satin formula. I don't like it particularly. It's fine, it works. It has more fallout than the mattes do in this palette. I just find this very odd to have this one satin shade. It's a pretty color. It matches a lot of the light shimmers in here, but we don't have a matte to go with it, so it's a little bit out of place for me. This color of Scorpio, which I have in the outer corner of this eye makeup, is good. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's a little more dull than it looks in the pan. It looks a little bit more vibrant, but that could be what I blended it with and how long it's been in my eyes. It's been on for about 2 hours. This next shade of Sagittarius is purple. Very easy to blend, very good. I took it on a blending brush, like a little bit softer one, and it was very easy to just blend all around the lid. This Capricorn Black with gold shimmers. It's actually pretty good. I hate black eyeshadow, but this one made it really easy to blend. It worked out great. It held on my eyes, and it actually looked pretty good with the gold eyeshadow. This color of Aquarius we've already talked about. It's pigmented, but it's harder to blend. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it does get the job done in small areas. I just wouldn't put it over the entire eye. And this last shade of Pisces is the same color from the Morphe Kathleen Lights palette they did together, but I still like it a lot. It's really pretty. It's literally the exact same shade. If I still had that palette, I would compare them, but it's really cute and it's very pretty and I like it. Now, as far as the names, there's something that bothers me about this palette, so let's look at it up close again. I just wish it said Gemini, Taurus, Leo, instead of the Sagittarius, the Capricorn. Like, I wish they just wrote the names of the Zodiac sign up there. It just makes it a little bit weird. I don't know, the mirror is really good. It's $18, but overall, it is a good purchase. So let's get to some swatches now before I give my final thoughts. Alright, so here are the skin tone swatches. We have a light and a darker skin tone. So on the darker skin tone, I feel like some of these shimmers look a lot better. I really like the peachy kind of color, as well as the black with gold sparkles. It looks really pretty. I also really like the purple matte on my skin tone. I think it looks really smooth and beautiful. I think that a couple of these colors, like this lighter matte right here, I'm not fond of it on his skin tone. But also, I just think overall, they all look really pretty. Alright guys, what did you think of these swatches? I think they look really good. I think that a lot of the colors look gorgeous on a darker skin tone, and a lot of the light shimmers look really pretty on my skin tone. I think overall, I really like the palette. There are a couple things I would change, like I'd add a light matte base. I wouldn't have one satin, and this color would be easier to blend. But overall, for the quality, for the price, the quality is so good. And I'm really happy with it. I'm never disappointed with Colourpop palettes. Honestly, they always have great formulations. Their mattes are great. Their, not satins. Their shimmers are great. And I overall have a great experience with them. They last a really long time. And they're affordable, so I can't complain. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.